we're back. So I've got my little piece of paper on here. So now it looks something like this. Looking so cute. Okay, now we're going to make our pocket. So we're going to take our two little strips of paper and I'm going to have it, as I call, open bread out or sandwich out. And I'm going to line it up here. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Okay. Then I'm going to push them down. And slowly push my little edges down. And I'm going to make sure to do it lined up. Looking good. Okay. So now I have my little pocket. It's just a big pocket. Okay, so now all you're going to do is put your score tape on the back. Making sure not to put your tape right here because then you won't be able to close it. And what I like to do is use glue, my art glitter glue in between here. So now I know I want to make sure that it's right side up. And then I'm just going to place it on, I'm just going to center it in here. And then you'll be done with that. And I'll be right back. Hey Crafty peeps. Okay, so we are on day 2 and so far we have finished page 1, which is the inside cover, page 2, page 3, and now we're going to start on page 4, which will go side by side on this one. Okay, so sorry about that. My son was just showing me something real quick. Somebody was calling. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you the measurements to this piece. This one is 5 and it should be 5 3/8 by 7. Again, that's 5 3/8 by 7. And I'm going to have you score at the 3/8 inch line. Then you will fold it and then you can attach your score tape on the back here, and this is going to be like your little door or a flap, shall we say. And I'm probably going to use a die on here, so be prepared for that. Then our next piece is going to be our little fold over, and actually the way that this works, I think this is actually right. Okay, never mind, I'll explain that later. This piece is 7.5 by 3.5, and I scored this one at the 1/2 inch line, and then I applied my score tape and folded it over. Okay, then you will have another piece which is a pocket page. Okay, and this one is 3.5. Let me just make sure. Yep, 3.5 by 7 3/4, and I scored it on the 3/8 inch line and then the 7 5/8 inch line. Okay, and then you will apply your score tape here here, cut it at an angle here and here, here and here, and then you'll apply a thin strip of tape right there. Okay, this is going to be a very thin pocket, so we don't need a fold over piece there. Okay, then you will have another piece that is going to be 4.5 by 7. So again, that's 4.5 by 7 inches, and I haven't applied any tape to that one yet. Then we have our main page, which actually the rest are going to be the same size, okay? So there is not going to be any variation for the rest of the pages. This is basically your pocket page, your main staple. This one, again, is 6 inches by 7 inches. And this one is 7 3/4 by 6 inches, 7 3/4 by 6 inches, scored at the 3/8 inch line, and then 7 3/8. Okay? And then fold it over, and then you're going to put your score tape on. So, I got a little piece that's extra over there. I'm going to go ahead and make sure the edges are burnished in. I'm sure I did do it, but I also want to flatten it out a little bit more. Again, I'm going to peel and push back any excess tape. Okay, and then I'm going to line it up. It's actually easier for me to do it this way. I know this is really bizarre, but this is how I do it. So I'm going to just kind of line it up and burnish it in. And then now I can start it on my corner. Oops. And then attach it to the other corner and burnish in my edges. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and figure out my decorative pages, and then I will be back with those measurements. Okay guys, we're moving right along. So I did attach some stuff real quick, but I'm going to show you what I've done here. Not all of it is attached. I'll show you in just a second. Just a couple things. Okay. So a second ago, I kind of made a boo-boo, and so I had to start over with this piece because I didn't attach this little piece on here. So I want to show you real quick, and if you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, is because I already deleted it. But in case I didn't, here we go. So of course I went ahead and attached my longer piece, and I also attached this, which I will give you the measurements for this in just a second, but I did put a magnet under here so that it can attach to this. But I went ahead and taped it to the back of this. I'm going to go ahead and remove this tape, and then my score tape over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and line it up. Make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. Sorry, I know it gets a little bit, this would have been a little bit easier had I need to move that tape up a little bit. You know what, I'm going to miter or cut off my little edges here. And if you have a little bit of tape overhanging, you can always peel it back and it will easily rub off. It's pretty easy to do. But I may just not even peel it off. I think I'm just going to tuck it in, but let me just move on with the tutorial. Okay, so this piece right here, you're going to need 2 of these, and it's going to be 6 and 5/8, 6 and 7/8, excuse me, 6 and 7/8 by 3 and 5/8. So 6 and 7/8 by 3 and 5/8. You'll need 2 of those, one for the outside and one for your inside. And this little piece, I just made 3/8 inch, and it would be 3/8 inch by, or actually, I'm sorry, this is a 1/2 inch, but you could do it 3/8, it doesn't really matter. A 1/2 inch by 3 and, I believe this one is 3 1/2, yes. So 3/8 by 3 1/2. And then, for this piece, all I'm going to do is get out my score tape. And I'm sorry, I thought I had taped the back of it, but I didn't. So I'm going to do that real quick now. I'm going to burnish in my edges. Then I like to use my art glitter glue, and again, like as I always do, I'm going to push any hanging over back up onto the back of this. Okay. I'm just going to apply my glitter glue there. And then put it on my little edge here. And I like using the glitter glue so that I'm not like totally going crazy with tape, okay? So now we have this flap done. This piece, in which I already did tape it, is 5 and 7/8 by 6 and 7/8. I'm going to go ahead and peel off my tape here. You see how I accidentally ripped my edge? This is where the glue comes in handy. And I like putting a little glue on the edges there sometimes. And for me, I like the black edge down at the bottom. I just think it looks like it belongs there. And then I'm going to lay it down and burnish in my edges. So now it's looking good. That looked a little bit light over there, so I'm going to add some more here. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. So now I also have these pieces, and so all I did was I took my envelope punch and used the new We Are Memory Keepers, got it for my birthday. I went ahead and did my edges here, these little edges, and then I did my center here. And how I figure out my center is by folding it over just a little bit at the top, pinching it down, and then that gives me my center because I don't want to have to do all that math. So this right here is 6 5/8 by, let me turn it this way, 4 1/4. So 6 5/8 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to, I've already got my tape on the back there. I'm not taping it here because it's a pocket, but it's a very slim pocket. So I didn't want to do any edges, but I do want to go ahead and put this piece on top. And I think I'm going to get a new tripod here because I have to reach over to show you these tutorials and I can't really see what I'm doing. So I'm going to bring it all the way down to the edge, but center it because they're not going to see the edge on this one, and you'll see why in just a minute. Okay. And rub it in. Then you have this piece right here. I did the same thing where I folded it over to get my, but well, hold on. Let me attach this piece first. This one is 3 1/4 by 6 5/8. I'm going to, my goodness, I'm behind on my score tape here. Yeah, see how I changed my mind about my back, and so there's already dye on there. That's not necessary. I just changed my mind on the color that I want to use. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I apply some glue right here in that V, and then just apply it liberally there. Okay, now this one I am going to center a little bit better. I'm not bringing it all, I'm not carrying it over to the edge because they will see this. And I'm going to, if I can see what I'm doing here, lay it down. That looks about right. Okay, then I can go ahead and pull off my edges over here. And I am going to apply some tape, or not tape, glue, just to make sure that these do not lift. We have a lot of humidity here in Texas. I probably mentioned that earlier in one of the other videos. So I try to apply both tape and glue just to make sure that we don't have any issues, because I sell most of my craft items, and actually this one is for a swap. I just don't want them to have a book that's falling apart. And here, tape is just not enough. It just is not. Not in North Texas. And definitely not in Houston. It's very humid down there too. Okay, so now we have this again, and of course, I'm going to go ahead and, again, like I said before, but before I do that, I actually have a, where did it go? Oops. Give me 1 second here. I have a little window here, or flap, that we had done earlier. I haven't done the measurements on it. I do want to apply my flap. Okay, and of course I am going to decorate this, but I'm going to go ahead and center it and apply my flap, because I need to know where my where my magnet's going to go. I'm going to try this first. As you can see, these magnets are attaching to everything that is metal. And I apply just a little dab of glue so I know. I'm going to press it down. And then I know where to put my tape. If I can, here we go. Going to wipe off that glue. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to apply some more tape right here on the edge. I'm going to apply my glue here. Like I said, just to make sure that it sticks, I'm going to lift this up, and then I'm going to line it up here. And lay it down. And burnish in my edges. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this edge yet. I was going to use a die, and then I realized that I have no die. Well, I have a die that will be this wide, but the problem is that I don't have a die cutter that's wide, and I don't trust my cutting. So my fussy cutting is not that great. So I might find a decorative edge, or I may just go ahead and use something on my Cricut and lay it on top like a border, which would be really fun to do. So I might find a spider web one. We'll see. Although I know they have the punch out spider webs. I may try to find one of those. But anyway, I'm going to get these measurements and I'll be right back. Well, actually, I can tell you right now. I don't even have to be right back. Your measurements for this are going to be, and this is not wanting to swing right. That's okay. You can always bend your paper where it will. Okay. It is going to be 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. And you'll need 2 of those to go on top of here. And I'll be right back to show you what paper I used. Okay, so we're back. So I decided to use the moons on the front, and then this is the opposite side is the polka dots, is this little spider web, and I really love how this is coming out. And then of course you lift it up. You have a little photo pocket. You have more pockets for some tags or a mat if you want to do that. But I would use tags because this is already your mat holder here. So I think it's just turning out precious right now. I don't know why this magnet, I must have had this magnet offset because it keeps wanting to swing the wrong way. But anyway, I will make this baby work. That is for sure. I'll have to go in there and get it good. But anyway, so I think it's turning out really super cute. like I said, I'm going to fix up some of these tape edges on the back here and push them down, and then we will work on the next page. So I'll be right back.